So let us recall what we did in the last lecture quickly. So for a finite, two finite sets I and j, we are studying I cross j matrices with entries in the field K. And this set we have denoted by M, I, J, K. We have noted this is actually by definition it is I power I cross j. This is a K vector space. And we found a basis of this, the matrix units Eij, where this is at ijth place, this is a matrix I cross j matrix with ijth entry one and all other entries are 0. And this is I comma j running in I cross j, and this is clearly a basis, K basis of this vector space Mij K. In particular, dimension is dimension of this vector space is cardinality of I cross j, which is cardinality I times cardinality j. Very special case. Special case when j equal to I, then Mik, these square matrices, I cross I matrices, entries always in the field K. This has a basis E, I, J. No, I, J both are varying in I cross I. This is a K basis. And we have noted that this is actually K algebra. This is a K algebra. So we can also multiply these basis elements Eij, ERS. This is very important if for calculation, this formula. This is EIS. I need a space here. EIS delta JR, where delta JR is Kronecker symbol. And EIS is another matrix. So this is another matrix unit. So this is very helpful for the calculation, because any matrix A, square matrix for example, Aij in Mik, we can write it as A equal to summation entries Aij times matrix units. Ij running in I. So these are the coefficients. So they are uniquely determined because of this is a basis and so on. And so when you multiply another matrix, you just have to perform these operations. So it will be easier for a calculation. Okay. So also now we have seen this is a K algebra, and the dimension of this K algebra is mod I square, cardinality I square. And we have also seen last time the invertible elements in this. So Mi K cross, These are the invertible elements. With respect to multiplication. And this set we precisely denoted by GLIK. This is a group under multiplication of matrices, and it is called general linear group. Actually, this name is better if you look at it as endomorphisms, because that's a linear map, so this word linear comes from there. Okay. So, we have seen last time that if you want to check the matrix is invertible, a matrix A belongs to GLIK if and only if you only have to check one equation. There exists a matrix B such that A times B is equal to identity matrix. Then it will automatically imply B times A is also identity matrix. This we saw last time because for a finite dimensional vector space, a map is linear map is injective if and only if surjective, if and only if bijective. So called the pigeonhole principle for linear algebra. Okay, now we are going to continue this, and I want to analyze actually now. You remember, for any f in the home KVW, we have attached a matrix MVWF, and this matrix of F with respect to the basis V and W of V and W respectively I want to now analyze what happens if I change a basis. What happens to this matrix? This matrix depends on a basis. So I want to analyze what happened to when we change a basis. So I am going to do it first for square matrices. So let us see first. I want to write lemma. So V is a vector space, finite dimensional K vector space, finite dimensional over K, and I have a given basis V prime, Vi prime I in I. This is a K basis of V, and another family indexed by the same indexing set, that is V, Vi, I in I. This is not a basis, a family in V, indexed by the same, so they have the same number of elements. So cardinality of I is the basis, cardinality of I is the dimension. Okay, then what is the statement? Then I am looking at for every j in I, this jth member in the family Vj, this I can certainly write it as a linear combination, that I am calling it Bij Vi prime I in I with unique Bij in K I in I. This is because this Vi prime is a basis. Then this V is a basis of V, if and only if the matrix B, which is Bij, this matrix is invertible. That means it is in GLI K, that is B is invertible. So again, this is not so difficult. Let me indicate the proof. Look at the map from V to V. If I have to define a linear map from V to V, I only have to give it the values on the basis element. So Vj prime goes to Vj, J in J. This defines a linear map. Let us call it H. H is linear. And we have seen earlier V is a basis, the image is a K basis of V if and only if H is an automorphism. This we have seen earlier, a linear map is an automorphism if and only if it maps basis to a basis. But this means the matrix of V prime with respect to V prime to V of H, this is a invertible matrix GLI K. But what is this matrix? This matrix is precisely the Bij matrix, which is B. That is because we have these equations. The jth element is written in terms of this. So that is, maybe I have to be little careful with the basis. So this is with respect to the basis V prime to V prime, because this goes to the jth column, and that column we are writing again in terms of Vi prime. So this is a matrix. So this is a matrix of F, a matrix of H with respect to basis V prime and V prime of V. Okay, so that was the proof of the lemma. Now let us continue with the same. So now in the above situation, we have two bases. V is a basis, that is Vi, I in I, and the matrix B, above, B is Bij, above, which is in GLI K, is called, we are assuming now this is a basis, is called the transition matrix. Of the basis V to V prime. So remember, Bij's are defined by this equation. Bij's are defined by the equation Vj equal to summation Pij Vi prime. This is I in I. So you see the basis, so think of it is V here, there is a basis V, there is a basis V prime, and then this Vj goes to this Bij Vi prime, but this is Vj, so therefore this is really the identity matrix. So therefore what we get is the matrix of, with respect to the basis V and V prime, of the identity matrix, linear map of V is this Bij matrix, which is, we have called it B, and this is invertible. This matrix is called the transition matrix of the basis V to V prime, V to V prime. Okay. So and what is the other way then? Now the matrix of the basis V prime to V, IdV, that will be nothing but the inverse, B inverse, which is again in GLI. Because we see when you compose this you get identity, but it's V to V, so it's clear. It's the inverse of this matrix. Okay, so next now we do it more. So now again let us do it. So let me write it as a theorem. Now let me restate everything again. So V is a basis Vi, V prime is a basis Vi prime of V K basis, and of course I we are assuming finite. So this is n, then it is n dimensional. Okay, and we have a matrix B. B is given. This is invertible matrix given with the jth vector here, Vj is a combination Bij Vi prime, I in I. This is given for every j in J, every j in I. This is the transition matrix maybe it is better to say from the basis V to the basis V prime. See, it goes V, get transform V's into V primes. Okay. So if you now put the column vectors, I have to be careful with the index. Small a, this is ai, and small a prime, which is ai prime. This is a column vector. Think of this is in k power I columns, column vectors. For the column vectors, let us look at the vector x. See, these are the coordinate tuples. So I want to write the vector corresponding to this, that is summation AIVI, and this is of course I in I, and the column vector, if it is also written in terms of, this is now in terms of the basis Vi prime, this is summation AI prime Vi prime. So the same vector we have represented in terms of this basis V and in terms of the basis Vi prime. Then what? The statement is, if I take the matrix B and multiply this column vector A, you get A prime. And therefore, and also how do I compute this A back from B and A prime? This A equal to, you multiply this equation by B inverse on both sides. So, you will get B inverse B A prime. This is just easy computation. When you multiply, you just have to compute this and then you will substitute. Okay, let me write a proof, one line proof. So, proof. Okay. So, start with X. On one side it is AI prime, Vi prime. On the other side it is summation AIVI. But this is same as, now I am going to substitute this Vi. Vi equal to, remember I just want to remind you what I am going to substitute. I am going to substitute Vj equal to this for each Vi. So that is summation I in I, AI and Vi is substituted. Now I have to use the index j. So j in I, and this Vi is B I j Vi prime. I have interchanged the indices I and j. Or maybe we do not do that. So let me erase this thing and we do it. So we do exactly what we have done. So for that I have to change this index So, this is j in I, aj, vj, and vj I am substituting, that will be summation j in I, aj as it is, and then vj's are summation I in I, b I j v I prime. But this is same the finite sum, so I can interchange. So, this is I can do it summation I in I have interchanged the sums and put this. So, inside it will be summation j in I, b I j a j, and whole thing multiplied by v I prime. So, therefore, this vector is a I, this coefficient of v I prime is a I prime. That is, so that is precisely the row, ith row of the matrix B, ith row of B multiply by the column, this column aj. So, you will get this sum, that is precisely the ith entry. So, that means this matrix, capital matrix B times the column vector A equal to A prime. This is what we had to prove. And once you prove this, B is invertible, so you can multiply this equation by B inverse from this side and then you get what we want. Okay, so that was the lemma. Now I want to write the full force theorem, that is change of basis. change of basis. Okay, V finite dimensional over K, and given two bases, one is V, Vj, and another basis V prime, which is V prime I is in I. Now see, it's the same indexing set, but I am using the different indices just to distinguish. And W again finite dimensional K vector space. W is one basis which is denoted by, no, this also J. W is denoted by Wi, I in I, and another basis W prime, which is W prime I. So this is I in I. Now this one should be J. This one also should be J. This is J. This is J. So then what do you want to prove? And F is a linear map given to us. F is a linear map. V to W. K linear map. Then what we wanted to find out the relation between the following two matrices. One is obviously M V W F, and the other is I have used this basis, these two bases. This is a matrix of F with respect to these two bases. Now a matrix of F with respect to these two bases. And I wanted to write down the relation between the two. And just to remind you, this matrix is defined by the equations for J in J, F of Vj equal to summation Aij Wi, I in I. These equations are the defining equations for this matrix, which is matrix is Aij. And here jth vector here, so J in J, F of Vj prime is summation A prime I j W prime I. These equations will give this matrix. This is A prime Ij matrix. Both are the matrices of the same. This is I cross I matrix. This is also I cross. This is I cross J matrix. This is also I cross J matrix. And the relation between them is the following. So this is equal to, no, not this. This is equal to this matrix. So I have to write in the next page. I will write it. Okay, the relation is this new V prime W prime F, this matrix V W F, this is a matrix C times this times B inverse. This is the relation where B matrix, B is the matrix of the identity M ID V from the basis V to V prime, and C is the matrix of transition matrix of the basis W to W prime. And so in particular these such matrices are called similar. I will define it formally after this. But again, when you write a matrix and you want to check these equalities, it is very convenient to note what are the equations here, like I wrote here these equations. Like that, what are the equations for B and C? For B, its identity. So this guy Vj, for each j in J, Vj we have written in terms of V prime because this is identity, Vj goes to Vj. So this is equal to B, now what do I call it, Bij, no, Bk, Bkj, V prime k, k is varying in J. So we have written vectors in this jth vector as a combination of this, and this will be the jth column of B. Jth column of B. Similarly, C's are defined by the equations Wi vector. We have written, this is not F, this is ID. This is IDW. Wi for each I in I. Wi is C R I, R is in I, times W R prime. This is the equation which will tell you this matrix is C R I, and these are the equations which will tell you this matrix is B K J, and we want to check this. So to check this, both C and B are invertible matrices. So B inverse makes sense. So I can multiply this on this side and check. So it is enough to check that. So proof. Enough to check that this multiplied by B on the right. So M V prime, not V prime. This is W prime. V prime W prime F times B equal to C times M V W F. We have to check this. Okay, but what is this? So enough to check this, enough to verify this equality. But I am going to substitute what is V. V is, B is this. So this is M V prime W prime F, and B is, I am just substituting this, M V V prime IDV. That is this. We have to check this equality, right? So I am going to start from this side. This is, I am just substituted B by definition. And remember, this is the same basis. So this is same as M. This is identity of composition. This is F. This is F compose IDV. And now this will be from V prime. V prime get cancelled, and this will be from V to, this get cancelled, and this will from V prime to W prime. That is how we proved for the composition. But this is M as it is V W prime. This composition is F only. What is the other side? This is one side. But what is the other side? That is this side. Let us write on that side also. That is C times M V W F. But this is C the matrix of, C is the identity matrix of, or C is the matrix of the identity map with respect to W and W prime. So that is W, W prime, ID W, M, V, W, F. This is same as M. Obviously this will be ID V on the left composed W, and then same funda, you cancel this W and write from V to W prime, which is M V W prime F. But this is what the other side is also, just now we noted. See, the other side is also this. So this side is also this. So we proved both sides are equal. So this proves. So QED. It's little computational, but one has to do that. So more important is we have noted what happens to the matrices when you change a basis, and that allows us to define in general this definition. We have two matrices A and B. No, A is in M I cross J. B is also in, not B, I do not want to use the B, the matrix A prime. A prime, that is also in the two matrices of the same order, I cross J matrices. We say that A and A prime are similar, or we can be little bit more precise. We say that A prime is similar to A if there exists, I will write their order little later, B and C, two matrices such that A prime equal to C A B inverse. Actually it is not good to use the word similar, but equivalent, let us say, because similarity will be reserved for the square matrices. So let me just say equivalent. So that, and now I can write down what are the orders. So this product to be defined, you need columns of A and the rows of B have the same indexing set. So B should be from M is a square matrix and it should be invertible. So B J K, and similarly C should be in M I K, actually invertible. So it's even better. So GL, G GL J and GL GLI with this. Now immediately after that I will say this is also sometimes related by A equivalent to B, A equivalent to A prime equivalent to A. Immediately after the, when we come back after the break, we will check that this is an equivalence relation.